Hello students, welcome back to your language class. In this video, I will discuss with you different types of compositions and the points you have to keep in mind while writing those compositions. I will start with narrative composition, which is the easiest to write and which many children prefer to attempt. Narrative composition deals with such topics which are related to incidents or accidents or a journey or visit to a place and so on. But when you write a narrative composition, you have to bring in your imaginative skills onto the paper. What I mean to say is that suppose if you are asked to write about an accident that you saw. Now you may not have ever seen an accident, so here you have to bring in your imaginative skills, right? But though you are writing from your imagination, but those details should be convincing, okay? While writing a narrative composition, you have to avoid irrelevant and uninteresting details, okay? You may draw from your past experiences if you have had any related to the topic, right? That will make the composition original and more convincing, okay? Take care of the order of events. Usually chronological order is followed. While narrating any incident, you will state the first thing that happened first, then the second thing, then next, and then so on, right? Here you can make use of words like first, second, next, finally, at last, consequently, as a result, at length, soon, immediately, then, afterwards, eventually, right? So one thing you have to keep in mind, do not repeat adverbs again and again and again, right? For example, do not go on saying then this happened, then this happened, then that happened, then that happened. Do not repeat the same adverb again and again and again. Use different adverbs. Okay, then a narrative composition is always written in first person because you are narrating something, so you will always use I or maybe we, right, as the topic demands. You have to pay attention to correct use of tenses. If you started writing a narrative composition in present tense, then continue the same tense. If it is in past tense, then continue the same past tense, right? Combination of tenses attracts negative marks. If you begin in present tense and then you go on writing in past tense, then somewhere future tense, then again past, then present, so such things, they attract negative marks, right? Okay, now we move on to imaginative composition, another composition which is preferred by children, which they attempt in board exams. Now an imaginative composition, imaginative means you have to imagine something, a story, or you have to write about, it is just like a short story, right? So all the components which are there in a story, those components should be there in your composition also, okay? Which are those components? Like plot, structure, there should be a plot around which the story is framed. Then sequence, you have to take care of the sequence. There should be a proper setting in which the story is placed. Then characters, a story always has characters. Then you can introduce dialogues also, that means you can write in first person also if you are using direct speech, okay, right? Then it should be original, and this is very, very, very important. Whatever you write, whatever topic is given to you, whatever you write, it should be original, right? Lifting of ideas from prose, whatever short stories you have read so far, or movies, attracts the charge of plagiarism and therefore is punished with negative marks. okay, then that will not be your original story, that will not have originality. You are reproducing the ideas of somebody else. Okay, for example, I remember there was one imaginative composition given in board exams where the children were supposed to write a short story in which there were two children and a grandfather. Okay, and the children wrote about everything about after Blenheim, the poem that is there in your syllabus, and they were penalized. Okay, don't do such things. Then it should not be written in first person. Again, a very important thing you must keep in mind while writing an imaginative composition, because when you write anything in first person, it becomes narration. Okay, the composition will become a narrative composition. Do not use words like I or we except in direct speech or, as I had said, in dialogues. Okay, fine. And now descriptive composition. Descriptive composition, here you have to pay attention to description. Okay, the examiner is looking for how well you describe a particular thing. So description of traits or characteristics of people, objects, events, feelings, these things carry marks. Okay, you cannot simply go on writing in general about anything. Okay, then you have to be consistent in your description. For example, if you say that market is an exciting place, then you have to continue the same point of view throughout your descriptive composition. Another important thing, do not generalize, give concrete details. Okay, do not say there were many people in the market. Say it seemed that even on a hot summer afternoon in the month of June, the sea of humanity was out on streets, right? Then in order to make your descriptive composition more effective, you can use comparisons. Okay, for example, you can say something like people moving like ants. So here you can use metaphors or similes, right? Then what I mean by you have to be real good at giving details. Suppose if you have to say something like I got sleepy, right? Something like this can be described in another way. For example, you may say something like, as I was waiting for my father, my eyelids began to get heavy. The lights on the tree began to blur with the green branches and my head started to drop. Okay, see, now all these things, they give such beautiful visual description of a person falling to sleep, right? Then another thing, you can take it as a cue while writing a descriptive composition that you must try to indulge all the five senses. Which are those five senses? The sense of sight, the sense of smell, taste, hearing and touch. What I mean to say is that suppose if you are describing day a day in the summer season or a hot summer afternoon, if you are describing that, then inside you can write about the impact of heat on animals or birds, right? Then when you are writing about smell, then if you are in a crowded place, you smelt sweat of people standing nearby. Then when you are writing about taste, then you can talk about your parched tongue. Okay, then hearing everyone complaining about how hot the day was. And touch, maybe you had parked your vehicle in the sunlight and when you returned you could not even touch the handle of your vehicle, right? Something like that. Means everything should be described, everything should be written in great detail. All these senses must be involved when you write a descriptive composition. Okay, now next composition in which many children make mistake while writing, that is argumentative composition. Argumentative composition means a sentence is given to you, a statement is given to you, and you are asked to take a stand. So you have to either support that statement or you have to write against that statement, and you should be clear about whether you want to go in favor of the statement or you want to go against. Okay, do not give mixed opinion. For that you will be given negative marks. A brief lead in to the subject stating its importance in the beginning, right? And then when you finish the first paragraph, the last line should be that I state with firm conviction that, and then the topic of your composition, right? Another thing, you have to present the opponent's arguments if you want to, and then you can refute them point by point, right? And next point, you have to end your composition with a personal conclusion based on arguments presented in the body of the composition, right? Never begin your argumentative composition by saying I support this or I am against this. This line should not be the first line of your composition. Okay, in fact, after giving a brief introduction of the topic, the last line of the first paragraph can be I state with firm conviction that, and then the topic of the composition, right? Okay, then we come to picture composition. Not many children attempt this picture composition, but it is quite easy to attempt. Why I say this is because just like in any other composition, the idea is written and you have to develop that idea into a composition. The same is with picture composition. The only difference is that here the idea is given through a picture. Okay, instead of a written statement, you have a picture which conveys some idea and you have to write a composition on the basis of that idea. Okay, the freedom that you get in picture composition is that it can be imaginative also, it can be narrative also, it can be descriptive also. The choice is yours, right? So you can have plot, characters and atmosphere. So you can build a certain atmosphere, right? Then if it is an action photograph, like some action is going on in the picture which is given to you, then you can imagine that you are one of them and then relate to the other characters in the picture. This is how you can develop a short story around that picture. Okay, the things that are important on which you should pay attention, those things are facial expressions if people are there, gestures, what are they doing, the kind of clothes they are wearing, the position of these characters and the objects which are there in the picture. You have to imagine what is happening in the picture and then you have to decide what is going to happen, right? Okay, then for description you have to pay attention to details. Okay, a mere itemization or listing or description of the picture is penalized. For example, suppose if you are shown a picture in which there are school going children standing at a tea stall buying snacks or the other knickknacks or junk food, right? Then if you go on giving details of 5 children are standing, they are wearing school uniform, it seems they have just come out of the school after the full break and they are purchasing junk food, they are purchasing chips and there is one shopkeeper. Such minute details of the picture, these details are not required when you are writing a picture composition. Okay, they have given you an idea in that picture, right? Probably the idea is that we should not have such shops near schools. Okay, and then you have to develop that idea, or you can develop a story around that idea, right? The choice is yours. Actually, what is required from you is that you have to establish interesting connections between the details chosen by you and the picture. Okay, and the conclusion should be a balanced outcome of thoughts and feelings, right? Now, these were the important things that you had to keep in your mind while writing particular composition. There are other general things which you must keep in mind while writing compositions. Read the topic carefully and understand it well. Right, 20 minutes are given to you before the paper starts. These 20 minutes you have to utilize very carefully. Okay, read the topics. Many times children read half of the topic and start thinking about the composition. In fact, they write the composition also, and later on they realize that there was an important factor which they did not pay attention to, and so the entire composition goes wrong. Don't do that. Interchange of styles is penalized. For example, the use of first person makes a composition narrative. Lack of paragraphs or development of ideas is also penalized. Lack of paragraphs, writing the entire composition in one paragraph, that is penalized. If you are not able to develop your ideas, that is again penalized. Just writing one sentence and not coming back to that sentence or developing it is penalized. Beginning sentences with and, but, because attracts negative marks. Okay, these are conjunctions. You cannot begin sentences with these conjunctions, right? Then there are certain common errors which you must avoid. Using short forms, okay, writing and as a symbol, okay. Then informal language, even when you are writing a dialogue. Even if you are writing a dialogue, say a conversation between friends, so you cannot write in that dialogue, hey, what's up? Okay, because that is not the way we write formal dialogues. So please avoid informal language. Then numerals. Okay, wherever you can write a certain number in words, try writing that word in number in words. Why write 8 as a figure? Okay, then use of contractions is also penalized. You know that you cannot use contractions. You cannot write don't, can't, won't, okay, shouldn't, couldn't, right? Instead write full forms. Write do not, will not, is not. Okay, incorrect syntax is also penalized. Then punctuation, wrong punctuation, or writing something without punctuation. Somewhere comma is required, you are not putting a comma. Somewhere full stop is required, you are not putting a full stop. Then not using articles. Okay, when you write anything, articles are very important. You cannot drop articles. Incorrect spellings. Okay, again another big mistake which the children make. So these are the errors and you must avoid these errors. Okay, now another thing children, if you fall short of words, suppose the given length is 300 to 350 words and you are not able to write the composition within that word limit and you write only 200 words, then you will be given -5. For each spelling error, -1/4 or 0.25 marks are deducted from the sum total. Okay, then try to learn good sentences or quotes which you can use at the beginning of your narrative composition or descriptive composition, okay, in order to make it more emphatic, right? If you deviate from the topic or you do not touch the topic at all, then you are given -5 marks. Okay, then you must go for only one side of argument in an argumentative composition. I think this everyone knows. Then read the question carefully and follow the sequence of guidelines given, right? This is again, I am repeating the same point, that you must read the topic carefully, Okay, and another thing, always write a composition taking yourself as a 15-year-old school going child, unless otherwise specified. Even if it is an imaginative composition, you cannot imagine yourself as an adult who is now a doctor, and then the whole story, whole imaginative composition is surrounded around that doctor who is treating a patient or things like that, anything. You are a 15-year-old child and you have to write your composition from that child's point of view. Right, children? Okay, these were the things that you must keep in mind while writing compositions. I hope they are going to be of great help to you and they will improve the way you write compositions. Please pay attention to these things and try to incorporate these ideas while writing compositions. Thank you so much, children.